I believe it was all the way back in 2009. I had a mutual friend introduce me to 𝘕𝗏 in Naples, Florida. Wayne was in town doing a construction project, and we had the opportunity to get together and just start sharing some stories about ourselves, but also more importantly about what the Lord was doing in our lives. And I got to share about what the Lord was doing through Biglife. And Wayne told me about this new organization that he was a part of, the startup called Doulos Partners, and that David Johnson was going to be the CEO. And within days, it seems like Wayne brought David down to Florida, and Jeff Gibson and myself were able to get together with them and have lunch and just had a phenomenal time together and just started having these shared passions about what does it mean to co-labor together and to partner together in ways that would have this incredible kingdom impact. You know, I think the thing that sets Doulos Partners apart from any ordinary relationship or partnership is that we've been in the trenches so much over these last several years that it doesn't even feel like a partnership. It's family. I believe with all my heart that Biglife and Doulos Partners and Doulos Partners and Biglife are tied together at the hip as we run towards the danger, as we run towards every single opportunity to see people hear about Jesus, to run towards the opportunity to see his name shouted from the rooftops together. It's a family relationship, not a regular ministry partnership. The partnership with Doulos is essential because, one, that we've learned so much from each other. I know we've learned so much from them, including how to labor together, how to partner together. They've taught us what it means to be open-handed. It's impacted the way Biglife does everything moving forward. But to know that we can go out in the field together, serve together side by side, that they are watching Biglife with incredible interest and making recommendations of things we can do better, and how we can move faster, further into the opportunities to see his name shouted from the rooftops. We have so many incredible experiences with David and Rusty and the rest of the team from Doulos Partners. I remember so many different trips, one where we were in this very tiny room in Calcutta, India, and I can't get that vision out of my mind where this little girl, probably 4 or 5 years old, comes running into the room and for some reason just goes running right up to David Johnson and gives him a big hug. I still got the picture on my phone. What a sweet, tender moment that was. But I think maybe the greatest impact is David and Rusty and myself and a couple others were all together in the Middle East. Biglife was actually searching for a country leader in the Middle East, and we stayed in the home of the person that we thought would be this specific country leader. But the way the Lord started moving and the conversation between David and Rusty and myself and this person and his wife in the Middle East, it became very evident and obvious to all of us that the Lord had a much bigger plan. He was going to use this opportunity to take the person we thought was a country leader and make him in charge of the entire Middle East. He had so many different connections and opportunities to the entire region. And without doubt, David and Rusty and I knew that this was the guy. This was the guy and his wife that the Lord had anointed to reach the Middle East. And so those kinds of shared experiences where we travel together, we're in the yoke together, and we get to see the Lord move within all of us and then come to an agreement and the shared agreement about what it really means to serve Jesus, knowing that his plan is always better than our plan. And to have the Lord reveal that when the three of us were together was an amazing time. You know, one day we're going to look back at, the Lord's going to pull back the curtain and let us see what he did through this family relationship that we have with Doulos Partners. There's no doubt in my mind that the darkest areas of the world are running towards Jesus because of this partnership and the way the Lord has anointed it. I think of so many different ways that Doulos Partners has just really lifted up the tide for everybody, for many ministries, including Biglife. But you know, first and foremost, our partnership with them, the way that they give freely, the way that they allow us to go into some of the darkest areas of the world to see kingdom impact, and the way they help supplement everything that we do, whether it's through the purchase of Bibles. We have gotten more Bibles into some of the scariest places in the world because of our partnership with Doulos, that I don't even think we'll ever know the impact until that day that the Lord reaches and pulls back that curtain and lets us see those things that only He can do. But there's no doubt in my mind, there's tens of thousands of churches that have been started, hundreds of thousands of disciples who are making disciples, who are making disciples, to the point that we have lost track of it. Once you get past the fourth generation, it's almost impossible to track. And that's what's happened between the partnership with Biglife and Doulos Partners, is we've gotten to those areas that we can't even fathom what the Lord's doing. Yeah, the other thing about this family relationship of Doulos is it truly is a DNA thing. We love Doulos. There's no doubt they love Biglife. I pray that if it's good for Biglife, it's good for Doulos. I know if it's good for Doulos, it's good for Biglife. And it's not something that we turn on or turn off, set by the clock. It's a lifestyle. It's a DNA that's within all of us, that the Lord is using us to walk together, to see Him do those things that only He can do, to see lives transformed because of the way He has anointed this partnership between Doulos Partners and Biglife.